King Cobra.
What's up, y'all, man? This is another episode of the Urban Retrospect. We're doing something different, man. We're going to do some cocktails with one of our homeboys, you know, who got his own whiskey line. And first of all, we're going to start off with an introduction so y'all know who we are. I'm going to break it down to my man, Scott. Go introduce yourself, Scott.
This is Scott Jones, originally from the 502, as you can see here on this t-shirt. And again, lock up the cops that killed Breonna Taylor.
True.
I live in the Nashville, Tennessee area, Hendersonville, and I'm a graduate of Indiana State University, represent. Glad to be here, fellas. Glad to be here.
All right. I'm going to toss it to the dirtiest, thirstiest man I know. 3, introduce yourself.
Hey.
That was low.
That was disgusting.
That was pretty terrible.
It's all good. It's your boy Dirty 30. They call me 3. ATL 3, College Park, by way of Murfreesboro for the people that ain't seen the other episode.
Fantastic.
You know what I mean? Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. You know. Welcome out. My homeboy Jay got one for you, fresh shot.
Yeah.
I'm bagging it. Back to you, Wes. Hater.
All right, I'm going to bring it to the only man I know that lives in Cleveland.
Black.
That's fine.
Black man.
Hey man, this is Ken Cloud, like you said in Cleveland, straight out of 17 inches of snow yesterday. It snowed all damn day. Don't ever move here unless they doubling your salary at least.
Oh.
That's it.
God. Whoa. 17.
17, my brother.
God.
Hey, were you there when the Cavs won?
Hell yeah, was it?
Oh, well, shit, I would love to be there then.
Oh yeah, that was the time.
That was
All
it.
right, next,
That
we're
was the
going
only
to bring
time.
to the countryest person on the podcast.
Damn.
The person
Next
that
to you.
still know how to clean chitlins.
No, don't.
Shout out. Introduce yourself, Perry.
I know you say what. Hey, it's your boy Simply P. Down here in Florida where it's 61 degrees right now. I don't know where Ken get the 17 inches from. You can leave that up there. It's 61 degrees. But I'm by way of Brownsville, Tennessee, though. And graduated from the best HBCU in the land. That's Tennessee State University.
Man.
Back to you, Wes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dilly.
And last, we have Mr. Ramsey James, one of the most studious people that I know.
What's going on? Ramsey James representing the state of Florida, Tampa, Florida, Polk County, living in Noblesville, Tennessee. Happy to be with you, brothers.
Yes, sir.
Boy, pilot, boy. You hear that? That boy pilot. That's Corporate
Call me
America.
country.
That's Corporate America right there.
The boss.
He called me country.
Hey, right now.
Right.
It wins.
All right, man.
Cottondale, Alabama. You know what I mean? Home of the sport.
Oh, this episode of the Urban Retrospect, we're doing things kind of differently. We brought our homeboy Jason, who is the owner of Guidance Whiskey, which is one of the few Black-owned whiskey/bourbon brands around. We know Jason because Jason is part of our family. As y'all probably know, majority of us on this show are alumni of Tennessee State, and we went to school with Jason, which, by the way, Tennessee State is the greatest HBCU that's ever existed in this land. So we're gonna start off, man. We know who Jason is, but we want everybody out there to know who Jason is. So we're gonna ask some questions so Jason can give us up to speed and let the world know who hasn't known him yet or what Guidance is. And we're gonna open some cocktails. He's gonna share some recipes, and we're gonna have some fun like we always do.
I just want to say thank you guys for having me on the show. Jason Ridgel from Alabama. Grew up in Auburn, raised in Birmingham. Graduated of Tennessee State University.
Hell yeah.
Creator and founder of Guidance Whiskey. Is basically THU in a bottle.
Oh.
You ever want to know what it tastes like? It's the
I like that.
HBCU experience in a bottle. What you see here is just a representation of more of what's to come in here. So I appreciate y'all having me, bro.
Tight.
Joe.
That's tight.
I like that picture in the background.
That little art, little art.
Yeah.
It's created by a Memphis artist named Melody Walker. She painted this for me, and it's got
nice.
You can see the keys because it was dedicated to the Barcades.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the keys are. Yeah, I mean she's an extraordinary artist. So we collect a lot of art for the brand right now. We got poetry, art, music, clothes. We just collected everything that we can to go along with the brand. So,
Speaking of the brand, cousin, how'd you derive the name Guidance?
Guidance is a testament to our people, man, to the people that came before us. And, a lot of folks wanted to be competition. That's funny, you know what I'm saying, with all the other brands out, but we all derive from each other. So we used to drink Jack back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate on Jack.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't every little piece of guidance that you get from different places, man, all turn you into who you are now. So, and then the compass on there is important, is directing you towards your destination. Hopefully that's what you're saying, drinking guidance.
That was deeper than I was expecting to go, but goddamn. I feel smarter already.
I thought with Guidance so you won't get lost.
I know. After drinking.
Yeah. Now, as you see, I'm obviously from Kentucky, so I'm a big bourbon fan.
Love it.
And so I guess the question for me to you is, how'd you get into the whiskey business?
So I was the marketing director for a healthcare facility out in California, and we was running about a $250,000 budget a year just to entertain doctors. And half of that budget was spent on liquor.
Mm.
That's how I got into it. You see a owner, man, you notice that you spending all this money, like that's crazy. But you being from Kentucky, man, that's great, because we actually did something special in Louisville. We signed with the first and only Black distributor in Kentucky. We signed with Legacy. So,
Okay.
Okay, look that up, man.
Yeah. They making waves. They making waves in the city. And so that was intentional. That was real intentional to go with those guys. And
okay.
We want to grow with them. We do battle in Kentucky. I love going to places where a 3-year-old know bourbon. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in Kentucky.
Yeah, they all know it up there.
You get there, they like, hey, we know.
Yeah.
We know now. And so
yeah. In my field, I cover a large part of Kentucky, and I try to pop into different liquor stores as I'm driving through. And I ran into one of the reps for Buffalo Trace. So he told me what liquor stores to go to for different bourbons that you won't see. So now I can't give everybody all my tricks of the trade on here, but I make sure you guys with the message. But so I feel you.
Yeah, you gotta have your little places, man. That's one of the things. Like, I love guidance. We created a brand that we love, but I mean, if you look at my collection, I'm sitting on a whole lot of Black-owned whiskey and bourbon brands. It's in my personal collection. I got a meeting tomorrow, actually, with Bro Brother.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, we did an
name
episode.
dropping.
Yeah, I was the first one in Tennessee to taste they bourbon. I bought 2 bottles, had it driven. I did like y'all do, and live and they respected that, so that's good.
Yeah, one of them went to my high school. Actually, they're younger than I am, several years younger. But Male High School, Little High School. So yeah, they from the
collab getting overseas. That's a lot of things people don't like. When you watch this industry, there's a very normal way to do it, but there's all kinds of things. And I don't even think people know that they distributed. They're one of the only Black-owned brands that's distributed overseas currently.
Really? Nice.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
It's tight.
It's tight. It is real tight.
They in the UK.
But we're here to talk about guidance, so
Hey.
Let me take a sip real quick.
Kentucky,
Hey, they got their airtime.
Yeah.
Way to bring it back.
All right. So, in businesses, there are always challenges. So what challenges have you faced since starting guidance?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I know it's tough.
Every challenge you can think of, man, it came my way. But I'm glad because now the people coming behind me don't have to go through that.
Right.
Because we can put them on. But I mean, back when we started the process for guidance, we launched 2 years ago. We started the process 4 years ago. And at that time, contract distilling, like distilleries weren't really messing with you unless you had a huge budget and you were famous or you were athletes. And that's really the meetings that we sat in. Like, okay, well, $500,000, what's your budget and who are you and why should we make this? Because what they were offering was white labeling. Right? So you go in, they line up a bunch of stuff, you taste it, you like that, you put your label on stuff. And we didn't want to do that because I just didn't love the products that were out no more. We grew up drinking everything that we liked, but it was at 40, but it was closer to 40, it was harsh. Yeah. We started lying and saying that we like stuff that we really don't like. And I got tired of doing that. Hey, Chuck, this is delicious. Burning your throat. Right. Just because I'm 8 years old and from one cast over in, just all the snobbery around stuff that wasn't even created for that. We went to TSU, man. You know how much stuff we drank. You know how the guys on here, we bonded through drinking. Yeah. So to turn around and have somebody hold their nose up about a liquor.
Yeah.
That's not, think about Titanic.
Ain't no joke.
Titanic
ain't no joke.
We done created our own liquors, our own stuff together. Have we not?
That's true.
Ain't lying.
Exactly.
That's about to be bottled up.
Right.
Yeah.
And nobody knows that. Like y'all asking me questions that, because y'all done known me for 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. You think the craft beer line played a role in them opening more distributors and as far as bourbon and all kinds of whiskey?
No, I'll tell you what played a part. The economy did. Because you had a lot of these places it's an interesting shift in time because there's such a push away from the norm. And that's what allowed really guidance to do what it do, because guidance is 2 years old. They said you couldn't do that. It's 80 proof, but it's small batch craft. They're like, nah, you gotta be 100, you gotta do this, you gotta. And we just didn't do none of that.
Right.
And so, but people wanting something new and different is really it's almost like the whiskey gang got boring. If you think about it, it really just got boring. There was nothing exciting in it. It was just, oh wow, yeah, okay, Chuck, you're good.
Yeah, we're gonna buy this. Yeah,
well, we're gonna buy that. I got me a Weller. Shout out to Weller because I got a 12-year on the shelf. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not exciting. You don't feel it.
It ain't fun.
It ain't fun.
It ain't TSU in the bottle.
Right. There's no personality to it.
Yeah.
So guidance has the personality of everybody who drinks it because y'all are the first people to ever taste this. So everything we do for guidance is the first time it's ever been done. I always think that's exciting.
That's dope.
I like that.
We're our friends.
All right, man. So I'm gonna ask some direct or more specific questions. So, like, I know that you have other brands that you either work with or support. I don't know how that actual business side of it goes down, but whether it comes to the wine or the vodka, can you tell us a little bit more about the other alcohol under the guidance flagship, and then anything you have coming?
Oh yeah, man. So the collaboration is basically when you come up through something hard the way I do, you want to leave the door open for the next to come behind it, right? So I always tell people this analogy. If you walking down the street and it's just you and you see all the other ops out there, you're going to be nervous. But if you walking down the street and you got a whole bunch of your friends with you and then you see the ops, you're going to feel a lot better because you're surrounded by your people. At least you know it's going to be a good fight.
Exactly.
That's the way I feel about the industry. So for me, I could be the only one in it, but I'm not safe. Because if it's 100,000 of them, just me, they can wipe my brand out like that. But if I bring a whole bunch of other brands in the market with me, that's market share. So if you want to get rid of Jason, you got to get rid of
all of them.
Majesty, Timeless, Twisted. So you got to get rid of all of us. And see, that's how we insert ourselves. So that was the biggest thing, Ken. And then also, I don't own any of the other people's brands. That's one of the questions I do get a lot. They want to say, like, do you own their brands? And I'm like, no. Their ownership of their brands is for their children. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We passing that down. I don't want to own their brand. Now, can we make money together? Yes, we can. You see what I'm saying? Because you want ownership because you want money. And that's we equate ownership with, oh, if you own a piece of it, then you must be making money. You don't have to own nothing. Glorified middlemen make money all the time. That's where I do with these brands. Their ownership is for them, and then also you need to know that if you own a piece of their brand, you also own a piece of the liability.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's the biggest thing. I learned that lesson very, very, very the hardest way of ever. I invested into a company and I was the 88% owner of the company. I made myself CEO, the title, and all that. And guess what? I didn't run the company. It was a side company for me. I had people run it, all that stuff. But when the lawsuits came, guess who got sued?
Golly.
And guess who was responsible for all of that liability, even though I didn't run the company at all, right?
Yeah.
I'm real, real protective of what I put owner on these days.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying? So
it gotta be like Blue Magic. You know, you gotta stand on it. I get it.
I stand by it, I guarantee it. And that was a tough lesson for me to learn, but I hope people listening.
Well, we're gonna say it like this: Jason Ridgel do not sell dope.
Hey, so you
They like
y'all
them
have like
rappers
a
nowadays. You gotta be careful.
You do. People used
Hey,
to-
but it is dope though.
I like it. Hey, but Jason, so y'all got like do you and the other guys that you just named got like a brotherhood? So you like, man, you watch my back and vice versa. The guys you named, like, the one out in Kentucky and all the rest of them.
I help these guys. So you got Greenwood whiskey, out of Atlanta, you got Majesty Bourbon, you got Ogechi, our twisted sister. When I like Ogechi.
Oh yeah, Gaethje, my girl.
Yeah, and I gave her the game on how to get in. I got
Nice.
Clarence, he coming in with a hemp vodka right now.
Oh,
My brother Mike Frazier, he coming in with a bourbon right now. Got a homie with the high school with coming in with a whiskey from Texas. Like when I tell you, I'm flooding the industry. So I'm not playing with them.
yeah.
By 2021, I said I only want to be drinking my friend's stuff. Like, so when I look across a at a restaurant, I want to be able to pick from just my friend's liquor.
Hey man, I'm gonna take a point of privilege. I told you that boy was about his hustle. When I passed you his number a couple years ago, you was like, Ken, I only want to talk to him if he's serious. I'm glad to see everything working out, man.
Yeah, bro. We have to. That was a great connection. Did you ask me about what's coming out? Well, you know, I guess y'all could be the first ones to see it here.
It's the prototype.
So you got the 100 proof coming.
Oh,
the 100 proof coming.
You
Right.
Shout it.
Was it when I was?
Yeah, that's that 100 proof in that glass too of it.
Listen, this 100 proof.
Is that a post-it note?
Yeah.
He gotta cover it up, man. He can't give everything away, man.
When you working with a distillery, like they send you a couple, like they send me what the recipe, and I taste it, and I send back. This is actually batch 2 we're going with, and it's different than any 100 proof you've ever tasted. It don't taste like 100 at all. So anybody who tastes it, like, is this even 100 proof? And it is. So we're gonna do a barrel proof next year.
Oh, you're gonna sit people down with that.
But man, so it's so smooth. So we enter into a lane of whiskey that doesn't even exist right now. You know what I mean? Because if I look, I got some 107 proof. I mean, I got some work over here.
Yeah. Hey, do your thing, boy.
And still trying to go to work tomorrow.
All right, Jason. So since the launch, you know, tell us a little bit about the response you got from the people. I know we've enjoyed it here on the show and outside the show, but tell us a little bit about the response you've gotten from the people who've tasted your whiskey.
Favorite parts, and COVID put a damper on that because one of my favorite things to do is tasting, right? And be with people when they first get that first taste of guidance, because they always trying to get people to taste whiskey. It's like what I told y'all about earlier. Nothing is really exciting. So when they tasting it, they looking like this is gonna be something else, and then that first sip, they face go, "Oh, hey, this is good."
Yes.
That's the biggest shot to your ego ever, right? Because people, they expect that burn and it doesn't come. And I'm gonna tell you, man, like because I'll be working a lot, I don't get a chance to see like all the comments and stuff on social. But lately, when people have been buying online, we've been seeing the messages that they send to people when they buy them. So one of the best things I saw, like during Father's Day, so many people were giving it to their dads, to husbands, and they were saying stuff like, "Hey, Dad, this whiskey is as smooth as you are. I love you. You know, thank you, honey, for being a great husband. Here is that." And so when I saw that, I started to realize just the impact of what we were doing, and when people were celebrating fathers and husbands by giving them our whiskey. Like that was crazy. So that's one of the biggest responses that we get, and that's the part I love the most.
Now, let me just jump in here. I got a quick question. So we're all Tennessee State alumni, except for Scott.
Auburn going.
Sorry, Scott.
Sorry, Scott. But how has been the response from Tennessee State?
Oh yeah, good question.
Honestly, it's been half and half. You know, if we telling the truth, it's been half.
We gotta tell the truth on this show.
Yeah, it's been half and half. The people who love it and try it. You got some people that tried it just because of me, which I love. You got some people that tried it because of TSU. You got some people tried it because it was black. But then you got some people that don't try it because of me.
And you know what we gotta say is we drink to your success.
Exactly. I always say 700 likes, 800 hates, but but TSU is like, I mean, you know how that is. I did an interview with the Nashville Scene today.
Oh, nice.
Talking about, we're doing an article. They did an article on me on the whiskey, but I pitched another article to them just about the business people who stay in the city that graduate from TSU that start businesses.
Nice.
Especially in restaurants. So we're working on an article. You can't spell restaurant without TSU.
Hey.
And there's so many people that have those. So the network is there. You know what I mean? It's there, but it's just not publicized. So all the TSU messing with it, not really, but the real ones, yeah, they jump in.
I guess my social media presence is a little bit slanted because it seemed like you booming, like you selling rocks out the back door. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I'm
Franklin Saint.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Franklin Saint. By the way, Snowfall season 3 about to come out, so.
It's wonderful. I mean, like, and then you got your own little pit bull, the named Ridgel King that gets on there.
Hey, he in the city now. We gonna get him together.
That's my dog, man. So
I mean, but that's the thing. Like online, that's where you get to see it, and that's a lot of. I don't really see it. Like we did 26 tastings in the last 40 days. So when they opened the city up, we had to go get it because that was one of the biggest things. Like one of the biggest hits that we took is we were our on-premise liquor because we $50 in the store. So the best place to get introduce it to somebody is either through a tasting or through a restaurant or like a cocktail bar where you can try $15, $13 a shot. When they closed down everything, we were back to the drawing board. A lot of people don't know that. Like I just had 3 to 4 months of struggling because we were in 40 different restaurants and bars in Nashville. 40.
That's a lot.
And that went away overnight.
Yep.
And so now we got to go into a liquor store and say, okay, give us a shot, but we can't even do a tasting to let your customers know.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? Like those are some of the stuff that we've been going through. So now when you see a lot of digital effort, it's to keep that going to let more people know. You know, we got to try to win you. I got to try to get you to taste something, to buy something without tasting it first.
So, as a business owner, smaller business owner, but you're in the spirits game, you're in this social game. If you had your way, how would you, you told us how you maneuvered through these COVID times, right? But if you had your way, still given COVID, if you were the governor of Tennessee, what would be the regulations that you would set up to make sure that guidance could still be pushed, but people could be safe at the same time? Because I hear similar things from a lot of business owners in the relatively, the same business, the same field.
That's tough, man. Well, I've been talking with people about that for real. Like, what's the real answer? You know what I'm saying? What's the real answer? You can close something at 10 and you know what I mean? I have to be honest, man. I have no clue. I think what everyone's tried to do, they just doing their best guess. They educated guess at it.
That's it.
I was at a place where, and a guy was out with his 75-year-old mama. 75-year-old mama at a bar. And she's standing in the middle of the bar with no mask on saying, I'm not going to get COVID. And I'm looking like, my mama ain't been out the house. I've only seen my mom twice this year, and each time it's been for less than an hour and masks were on.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be.
Me either.
You see what I'm saying? He got his mama out. I mean,
Yeah, party. Yeah. I ain't seen my mom since December, last December. You right, bro.
Hey.
Right. So Jason, so what other since you started with guidance, what other besides alcohol, what other opportunities that popped up for you, bro?
cigar business.
Hey, there you go. There it is.
Yeah. I was just, man, I met some guys that it's actually the Bacardi family who's making it.
Okay.
Like I shipped them a couple barrels.
Out of Puerto Rico? I mean, Cuba? Where are they from? No, I read about them.
Yeah, man, Brent Rodriguez. I ended up meeting them. They hand rolled cigars, and they became kind of like my mentors. And they wanted to barrel infuse cigars.
Yep.
Guys. So I gave them a bottle and forgot about it. And about 3 months after that, they came to me like, "Hey, taste your cigars," and I was like,
"My God, it's good, boy."
It was fire, right?
Yeah.
So tomorrow they launch. We did some tastings. We did some testing because I wasn't an avid cigar smoker. So I know what people like, but I need to know what they'll buy.
Exactly. Hey, that's what the Black cigar. Yeah. Black Star said the same thing, basically.
Well, you met with you? Didn't you meet up with them, or did you?
We met with them. We met with them.
That's huge, bro. Man,
we did a testing of about, and we'll probably release that video. We did a testing of about 15 people that really know cigars and
wow,
agree that they like. And I'll say they go into R&R liquor store tomorrow. They'll be sold. They'll be on the website this weekend, and they are some really good cigars, bro. Like, for real.
Well, keep winning. You got a plug up here to use this continuously spreading. If people stop being weirdos, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's gonna flood everywhere because we excited about that. We got it's collab season, so we got a lot of music coming out. We got music dropping Friday. I actually created Guidance Entertainment.
Nice.
And
right.
Is if you look on social media, you do videos, you do reels, you do all those different things, right? Most of the time you use other people's music. Like you're using Drake or you're using Future or whoever you want to put behind it. So my thought process was, why don't since we got to use music anyway, why don't we own the music too? So
why not?
Yeah. So if you look at it now, when you hear if you go on my page right now, everything you're gonna hear is gonna be artists that we work with.
Right.
Hey, now we got a young producer we work with.
I was just about to say,
he a beast. He a beast, boy.
Cole.
Yeah,
he cold.
Hey, but why don't you shoot us a track for your outro for this show tonight?
Hey,
I
like that.
I'm gonna make the ask. You know what I mean?
Got to, because that's what we're doing. Like we just really being intentional, and I think all of us can do this, right?
Yeah.
But you just got to be intentional about it. Y'all should have an outro and intro for y'all show, and it should be.
We do.
You know, the music.
It's fire.
Yeah, it's got to be that because we got the power to do that. So then in the video, you're gonna be wearing Guidance attire, drinking Guidance. The music.
Scott Jones, shout out the producer.
Shout out to
King Cobra, King Cobra, MTSU, Real Major.
You should have went to TSU.
Hey, send them my way.
We don't hold it against them.
We will. Listen, man, I want to tell you something personally. Like just for me, I remember a couple years ago, I popped up in Nashville and just happened to really literally just happened to run into you at a club because I ain't tell nobody except for Wes I was there.
We can.
And okay, that's fair. But
Love you, dog. I
like we
love you.
was love you too, my dog. But so you know, we were chopping it up, and you were talking at the time about building people up. You know what I'm saying? And building the businesses, black owned businesses. I mean, you came to me, you was like, Ken, I mean, if you got something, let's talk. And you know what I'm saying? And you know, and let's make it happen. The reason why I bring it up is that like that's the same vein that I feel this whole thing, this show, the Urban Retrospect, moving in when it comes to the King Cobra, when outside of the show, when you know got to introduce you to Mike, you know, just all of those little things. This is what we should be doing. And I think that one of the big things you're doing is teaching everybody who knows you, who follows you, whatever, the importance of working together and having that strong economic voice, and that we're bigger and better together than we are apart. Even like you were just saying, you walking down the street, you see the ops, if you got your people with you, then hey man, I know I got a chance.
Right.
Different conversation too. Because when you see that, man, like people always think I want to get in the room. Like if it's a difference of opinion, they think I want to get in the room with them to state my case. Oh, you get with the ops, man, you could change their mind depending on how you come. If you educate people on stuff, what really is, you might turn an enemy into a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we don't know how like stuff gets started and how somebody said and this, but if you put them two people in the same room, especially man to man, and what you seeking reconciliation, because I don't think I'm better than no man.
Right.
You see what I mean? Like I believe, I hope people see this and see what y'all doing, and they immediately know that they can do it too. Immediately.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that.
Y'all got a podcast, bro. So somebody said it, somebody seconded it. Y'all took y'all attributes, y'all put it together, and now I'm on y'all's program that came from y'all brain, bro. I love that. I don't, and it's not lost on me. This isn't just simple. See what I'm saying? It's the collaboration, bro. This is how I want to live the rest of my life. Willful collaboration. I won't chase money another day of my life at all.
Hey.
Period. And I'm not telling young hustlers not to get it.
Okay.
Tell a hungry hustler not to eat.
Yeah.
Hey, that Republicrat was about to say something. That Republicrat down there.
He what he's called a libertarian, right?
No, I like what Ken said, Republican.
Hey, look, man, you know, Three's pinky toe started itching. Like, oh God, like what is he saying?
I love it.
Don't influence the children with all that. They ain't ready for that yet.
You stupid.
Once they done ate, you can talk to them. So you don't tell them not to eat, not to get it. But once they done got it, then you really understand that there's more.
See, you know what that was? See, there was more guidance to come with the statement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta finish the guidance. You can't
So you gotta finish it. Well, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Hey man, this is dope. I just noticed that it has your signature on it.
Yeah, I peeped that.
A lot of people never do that. A lot of people never notice that part. But
hey, I peeped that. He's a master distiller.
Hey, that's game though. You know who I took it from?
Who is that?
George Clooney.
Oh, with his tequila.
You know this Casamigos, they sold it for $1 billion, but he still got
they did. Yeah, they did.
All right, this time, man, Jason gonna break down some cocktails that you can use guidance for. So, Jason, just take over, bro.
All right, cool. So cocktails, usually guidance is best drink neat or on the rocks. Let's start there. It's smooth enough, and there's not a lot of bite at all. So even if you're a whiskey novice, this will get you interested in more whiskey. So we a gateway whiskey. 80 proof. We mix well with a lot of different things, but the best thing we mix with is Tim Southern Tea. So Tim and Jewel Wynn are Tennessee State graduates. He's been making this tea as a caterer for about 25 years. And last year, his family got him to bottle it for the first time. And we met them shortly after and did a collab with his tea. That's TimSouthernTea.com and Guidance Whiskey. Nothing you've ever tasted before in your life.
And by the way, females love it, especially my girlfriend.
They drink it all.
Plug.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's like episode. It's like
Every
episode 4 or
episode.
something.
Yeah.
Hey, one more ship. One more.
Hey, I gotta get my points in, bro.
Get a lady.
Yeah.
So, real simple.
I gotta get my points in. I don't know about y'all. I like a happy house in my life.
Whiskey. And you pour. I usually do about 2 ounces, and I can eyeball that. Don't ask me how. Tim Southern Tea. See how I've been on it today. You're gonna have equal parts whiskey to tea. Give it a little shake if you're an OG. If you need a stir, you can. And it's perfect. Perfect.
Scott, tell us what you talking about, Scott. Go on and hit that thing.
Great for the holidays, great for Thanksgiving, great for just a Friday night, and great for brunch.
So is that whisk tea?
That's whiskey tea.
That's whisk tea. Gotcha.
That's a legendary whiskey.
Good. This is good.
Yeah, you can live with that. Now the crazy thing is you can drink a lot. Like people drink so much of it because it's good, and they don't make it to work.
Yeah, they'll sneak up on you.
They don't make it to work. They're like, "What is this? Oh, it's good." Yeah. It's not.
To my dear sweet brother Noobs.
Nice.
So
okay, and then next, if you don't have that, if you don't have the tea, if you haven't ordered that, one of the favorite drinks of most people is Guidance and ginger beer. You can throw a lime on top of it, and that same thing, 2 shots of Guidance, equal parts ginger beer. It's gonna give you a refreshing nose, and it adds a different taste to the Guidance. So
I'm gonna be up all night now.
Yeah, take your little lime and squeeze it on the top. That's perfect.
Yeah, he said equal parts.
I know Ken put a whole gallon up in there.
Dum.
Hey, listen, and guess what? Virtual school gonna be fun in the morning. I tell you. It's gonna be fun.
Hey, I know what school you went to, so you good. You good.
Virtual school, man. We can talk a whole nother subject about virtual school.
I can see her. She be like,
y'all call it that virtual school.
Everybody got a drink in their hand. Everybody got a drink in their hand.
hold on, I got it. My lime. I got to put that lime in there. I listen. I listen.
We got
old ass lime King got.
We gotta honor the Urban Retrospect with the toast.
We already know what it is.
I ain't drunk my shit up.
So y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready.
Up to it, down to it.
Fuck
those who don't do it.
We do it
because we used to
it. Now drink.
Oh God, the unedited version is so not fun, man. God.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we did that in Canada, man. They loved it.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, y'all know that's trademark, though.
Yes.
Hey.
You need to run me my check then.
You didn't trademark it.
Apparently not. You know what I mean? Hey, there's a little Republican in all of us.
So I got a question for you, Jason. So what was the weirdest response or the most shocking response that you got from someone who liked Guidance, like you never expected?
Man, I done got a few of them, to be honest with you. Like, it's some It's some OGs in Dodge City that only drink Guinness, bro. Only.
Now, Dodge City is a project in Nashville for people who don't.
When I say only.
And
then when we were in Kentucky, this girl told she was like the daughter of a guy who owned a distillery of bourbon. And she was like, I've only ever liked one other whiskey in my whole entire life. And she said, this is the second.
Nice.
That was crazy.
Yes.
Every time they took Hank Williams Jr. some guidance. That was cool too.
Oh, nice.
Hey man, listen, can we talk about how I think that this should be the official drink of homecoming? Like, I'm
surprised TSU
homecoming.
Hey, listen, we about to get this started. So, whatever it takes.
Oh yeah. When they let us out again. Oh, bro, I had so much planned for homecoming.
I think that was a blessing for God. I think everybody go out the food this homecoming.
Yeah,
I couldn't wait. To get up there.
It could definitely be the official one for Indiana State because it's probably us times maybe about 10 more people. That's all the black folks.
I still got me a little with tea.
And I know them all.
Yeah.
Good and drunk.
No, but I'll definitely take this up to ISU.
Shout out, Indiana.
Shout out, man.
They too.
Where did the fearlessness come from? Your mom, somebody else?
That's actually what I was telling you, man. Like my peers. Like I'd be lying to say I was always like this. I could say it, but you got a dude on here that's known me since I was 8 years old. You see what I'm saying? So it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to blow smoke. Our close-knit group of people, man, the Bros and IPP and TSU, that stuff helps shape you. It helps shape you and it stick with you.
I agree.
I pull from like when I was naming all of the stuff I learned from y'all, it's really because I learned it. Wes gonna always speak his mind. I don't always speak my mind. I be trying to be like, well, I'm trying to.
That's my downfall.
Alabama West. And parent, anytime you need them, dog, we got you.
I got
that's
you.
The nicest person in the world. You're
right. That's something that when people call on me, even when I'm tired, I'm like, all right, I got you. But that's the homie.
That's how it is.
And even Scott, like for y'all, this is, if you think about it, you got a group of good guys that bring in other good guys, and you expand your network.
There you go.
That's how we've been doing this all the time. So you look at your circle, man. You look at how you came up. That's really how you are. So when y'all really looking at guidance, I don't see how y'all don't take pride in it because it's all y'all.
All right, we're gonna get to the fun part of the show. We're gonna get to the quick takes. You know what I'm saying? The quick takes is where we shoot out like current topics, anything that's out there that we care about at the moment, and we're going to give our real takes about it. So our first take about it was there's been a viral video going out about a Dallas restaurant owner who gave a stern talking to some patrons about twerking. So our first quick take is about where is the proper place to twerk? So we're going to shoot out to Jason since he's the guest this show. Tell us when it's the right time and the right place to twerk.
That's the right place to twerk.
Where now? Say that again.
Wherever I'm at. It's the right time. And if I done came from the ATM, it's an even better time.
Yay! Well, there we go. Hey Wes, I actually want to chime in next.
Okay.
The best place to twerk is at TSU homecoming. Hey, listen. Hey.
We ain't talking about Texas Southern either.
You won't get somebody in trouble.
Hey, if you just so happen to watch this, and I will let you know, I'm gonna hit you on the side to let you know. we got a certain light-skinned homegirl who transferred from another school in Tennessee to Tennessee State University. In 2012, you twerked at a party on a white couch, and we have the pictures. Shout out to you. You've always been my dog anyway. But you was not afraid to let loose.
I just remembered it.
Right.
So that was at TSU homecoming. 2012 is always safe to twerk at TSU homecoming. If the spirit feel you,
now she wasn't passed out.
If the spirit feel you, let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
All right, parent.
Hey, I saw the video finally for the first time today, man. Hey, the guy, he had a legit gripe. But dog, he was playing some. He had a live DJ playing some good music, man. You can't do that around those young sisters these days, man. These girls are gonna do it, man. No girl, but what killed it? Those girls got on the chair and the table and started dancing. And they got on the chair and started dancing. That's not what this place is all about, man.
I had went to the ATM.
Yeah. So he was like, "Dog, we can't have this, man. Not in my establishment. I feel this pain, dog." So yeah, the best place to twerk is homecoming, the club, and the strip club downtown Atlanta. I don't want to say the name.
We out there
by the bus station.
All right, let's go to 3 on this one. What's up, 3?
Go 3. What you got, 3?
I mean, twerking is like, you know, a real good twerk is.
3 got daughters.
It's a subject. It's a subject I don't feel. I'm not fond of right this second in my life. You know what I mean?
Right. I feel you.
You know what me and my wife do is none of y'all's business.
Right.
That's the conservative answer I'm gonna give.
Hey, listen, we know 3.
We didn't ask what you and your wife do.
Right.
We didn't ask what you and your wife do.
I'm happily married.
Don't try to run from the answer.
I don't believe in you know those lucid activities y'all talking about. You know?
He's trying to use his wife as an excuse.
No, listen, man. Hey, 3. I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there with you in 13 years. In 13 years, I'm gonna feel the same way.
I got 3 daughters, man. Get off my phone.
Hey, you know what? You should have left your socks on, 3. That's a secret. You should have left your socks on. I messed up too. I got 2 girls.
Yeah, I was gonna say. What you talking?
All right, Scott.
Well, you talking to somebody who is trying to stay COVID free. So the safest place to twerk is right at the damn crib.
Right now.
Think about it. Can you imagine seeing somebody out there twerking with a mask on? That shit don't even look right. So wait till COVID.
I disagree on that.
Go back out.
Because you ain't looking at the mask when they twerking.
Yeah, but they still look crazy.
You ain't looking at the mask when they twerking.
They need to be out. You need to take their asses to the crib.
Yeah.
All right, Ramsey.
So
Ramsey will give us the Jack and Jill answer.
I am, because I saw that video. I said,
I'll give you that answer because I'm in and out of these doctors' offices. And
I can understand with the music playing, people getting excited. It was a lot of people in there without masks, which was unfortunate. But it looked like in previous videos, he came back there and said, "Hey, calm it down, whatever." I think after that, they should have just probably turned it down a little bit, but they didn't. He came back there and was like, "Hey, he's the owner, right?"
Yeah.
Jason talked about when you the owner, you call the shots. So he felt that his brand was going to be impacted by people twerking on the table. So he was like, "You gotta go." So I respect that, because I don't think he was trying to get people not to have a good time. And he did go back there the first time and say, "Hey, this ain't that kind of party. Maybe you come back on Tuesday when we slow and maybe it's okay. But
Let me ask you a
not
question,
today.
Ramsey. What do you think about
if I'm the owner,
So
I
where's
don't
the
care.
proper
I don't care what I'm playing.
What do you
If
think
I
about
tell
him
you-
cussing them out though?
Where's the
He said one curse word. He said, "Get
Right.
the F out."
Yeah.
He
Right.
didn't curse them out.
proper
Right. Right.
That's what y'all at. Where's the proper place to twerk at?
The proper place to twerk at is
Homecoming. You already know.
homecoming,
Yeah.
the
It's
club.
good.
Catch me in October in Nashville.
Yes.
Homecoming probably is the main twerk season, but
That's the
when I'm
key.
trying to eat a pork chop, it's not the time.
Hold on. Unless you in Nashville during homecoming.
This is
All
catfish
right.
sandwich.
That's the
Hey,
key.
my turn.
Homecoming is for twerk.
Now this is my take on it. And y'all know me, I'm wild. I used to be wild. But one thing I learned in my life, there's a time and a place for everything.
Hey man, can you bring Old West back? We want
Yeah.
Old West. We don't want this new guy.
Old West be just like, hey, you can pop it everywhere.
You can pop your
it at
leg up
church,
on
I
the
don't
wall.
care. You kiss the Holy
Yeah,
Ghost.
on the desk. On
I'm
the desk.
there.
Do a thermo.
You can prop your
But
leg up
West
on the
is
wall.
42 years old now, got 2 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Old West ain't that no more. But I kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm kind of halfway on it. You know, I understand where dude was coming from. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, we all got foolish cousins, especially if they got cousins from the South.
Yeah.
We all know you can't give certain people limits.
I'll drink.
Let's be honest. You know, me being from Alabama, I know I got certain family that I can't get limits to. I'm just like, bruh, you right here. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't love you. It's that I understand how you act. Y'all get limits to me, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we need to enforce something right now because I think
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I understand where it's coming from. So I'm kind of halfway on it. So, you know, if it's like I walk into an establishment, you gotta understand how to act. So,
in all of that rambling, did you name a place that was
No.
acceptable to twerk?
well, in a
Not
restaurant, it ain't acceptable to twerk. I don't think it's acceptable.
That was
to twerk in a
not the
restaurant.
question. That was not the question.
Okay, then I'm gonna say no. I am a man in a relationship, and it's no good place to twerk.
Oh my God.
Usually we do not talk about sports because, you know, one of our guests, by the way, shots fired, good sports talk show.
Monday
Our
night.
boy Ken. So we try not to talk about sports on the show just out of respect to Ken. You know what I'm saying? And his team. Because we watched that show. But because I have a fellow Roll Tide, the best college football team of all time, fan on here. We're going to talk about sports in this segment. And we're going to talk about which are the teams that you love to see lose in college football. So, first I'm going to shoot out to Scott Jones.
See, I thought y'all was
He's ignoring
college
you.
in general. Now, let me just tell you, I'm from the 502. My favorite team, the Louisville Cardinals, and whoever plays Kentucky Wildcats.
Okay.
So when it comes to football, well, they have upset some SEC teams. Let me be quiet. But we don't compete with them on the football level. It's more so on the basketball level. So when we come to college basketball, which is, you know, what I'm going to talk about right here, I love to see UK take that L, especially
there you go.
To the dream game.
All right. My next, I'm going to go down to the man who wasn't a fan of this team until he moved to Florida. So
Hey.
I'll go bring out the parent.
Hey, I love to see Notre Dame lose, man. I just love to see them lose. Especially after Tyrone Whittingham got fired. So definitely.
That was years
So,
ago.
yeah, I'm still holding
Hey,
grudges for
still
that.
bitter. They fired a black coach.
Yeah,
When he was winning. When he was winning. And then gave Wise an extension when he was losing.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'm still bitter
They
on
ain't
that.
running deep.
Go ahead, y'all.
Got them lashes on them.
Yep.
All right, they're gonna bring it down to Ramsey. What's the team that you love to see lose?
Hey, kid, I think he don't like you.
Hey,
I do too,
like
man.
you,
I just let it go.
hey, the teams I hate this. The teams I want to see lose: Alabama and Georgia. I'm a Gator fan. I'll tell you two things: Georgia, just because the long time rivalry, but Alabama basically stole Florida swag. Nobody was talking about Alabama football.
What are you talking about?
Nobody was talking about
Stole
Alabama
your swag.
Dude, when I was a kid, wasn't nobody talking about Alabama football. They're talking about Steve Spurrier in the Gators.
In Tennessee.
Steve Spurrier in Tennessee, but Steve Spurrier in the
Steal your swag though.
They wasn't recruiting them dudes. They was not winning.
It's a game, dog. So you hate because we approve the game.
And so look, go back and look at Alabama during that time period.
You sound like a hater,
talking about Alabama.
You sound like a hater.
Man, that's his team, man. That's his team.
Improve the swag.
The Gators had the swag.
All right, Jason. I want you because of his answer. I want you to reply.
Hold on. We didn't steal y'all national championships, though.
Exactly.
What you mean? I was sitting here racking my brain like on a college team that I like to see lose, and I came up with the Patriots.
He on that guidance.
The Patriots.
Hey, I can't hate on the Patriots just because him and Nick Saban are cool.
The Patriots. I love it. Like I check the stats just to see. Like I want to see how much they lost by. You know what I'm saying? I want to see who got off on them to make them lose. With college, it's the kids, man. That's different to me.
I don't care.
I know you don't, and I understand. But it's hard for me to root against children.
Dang.
With the Patriots, though, all day. They water boy, the people who did the insurance, the people who get their kids. all of them. Y'all deserve everything.
It's that bad.
Yeah.
That was crazy though. It's not even the kids or the players. It's the fans.
Yeah.
It's the fans that makes it. That's the fans that make it messed up.
College is kids, and I can't hate on the children. Like if you play a good game, you deserve to win. If you don't, you don't. And I feel like that about Alabama too. Like everybody who know me knows, we gotta earn it. So we don't.
By the way, Jason is the only black man I know that got some Alabama black cowboy boots.
You did. You did. With the emblem on them.
Yeah, he do. Hey, I'm an Alabama fan, but I ain't gonna rock no cowboy boots. They hurt my feet.
Listen, they hurt my feet so bad. The picture was amazing. The walk from the field to the car.
For the culture.
I'm gonna give it to one of my best friends. And I love to see his team lose. 3.
Out of pure protest, I'm gonna let Ken take my turn because Ken hit it patiently waiting. Normally that's a shot fired from me, Wes. You know,
yes, it is. It was intentional.
I'm gonna let Ken go just because you been. Go ahead, Ken.
Okay, I appreciate that 3. So listen, man, I have 2. Number one, first and foremost, is Michigan. Man, like I can't stand them. They suck. We've been destroying them. They paying Jim Harbaugh $7 million a year. And for what? He has lost every year to Ohio State and Michigan State. And don't nothing else matter. That's like for y'all, that's like imagine losing to Auburn every year. I know that's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen before you say
it would never happen because we pay our players well.
We lost 7 years in a row. People don't remember that.
How many years?
7.
Okay, so imagine if your coach was getting paid $7 million a year.
No, Ken. Imagine you was an Alabama fan living in Auburn during that time.
Yeah, that would suck. Like I wouldn't come outside for fear that they would toilet paper my house like they do that tree. But,
that's why that dude poisoned that tree.
So that's crazy too. But so listen, that's the first team, and as of late, there's another team.
What's that?
It part of it hurts my spirit. Oh, I'm sorry. Part of it hurts my spirit that I have to add this second team to the list, and this really has absolutely nothing to do with the rest of y'all. Oh, that's the wrong picture.
What the hell?
What's he doing?
Like he got some memories coming up and some stuff.
I messed it up. I messed it up. That was the wrong picture.
This will not get edited out.
That was the wrong picture.
They got the old white ladies.
You can't see it. But what this is a picture. This is a picture from the last time Georgia won a national championship.
Oh.
That's what it is. That's what I was looking for. This really isn't directed at you. This really isn't directed at you. But this is more directed at my homeboys, my bros. That's on my other show. Georgia sucks. Hey man, shout out to my other show, man. Sports Talk. Filled with all the bros from the 5th D. What's up, man? I'm from Mighty Roadside, just like my brother Jason Ridgel. We didn't even talk about that. We were just gonna keep that quiet. But listen, man, what I was saying is Georgia has not won a title since 1980. And I think they got dope talent. I actually like Georgia, but I hate they fans. So just to see three or any of the Georgia fans shed a tear and not want to actually speak up, I live to see that. So F Georgia with a passion.
All right, 3, your turn.
What he did with your...
Let's see, where to begin? Where to begin? I don't give a shit if they playing dice, dominoes, hopscotch. You know what I mean? They be playing jacks. I don't give a shit.
He said jack. He said jack.
All right. It won't come to me. It's gonna come to me. All right. No, growing up in Alabama, Jason, I need your assistance on this. Growing up in Alabama, what was the rivalry?
Tennessee.
No, I did not know that Tennessee was a rival to Alabama until I went to Tennessee State.
I didn't know it either until I went to a Tennessee-Alabama game. The one where
they because growing up in Alabama, it's just like, it's Alabama, Auburn. So when I moved up here, I got so disgusted at the Tennessee fans. I was so disgusted. Especially when that's why I don't like Peyton Manning today. Peyton Manning could be a good dude. But I see Peyton Manning in the front of the grocery line, I'll cut in front of him. Just because. So I root against Tennessee in everything, even in women's basketball. I would hate for them to lose.
Hey.
You know, and like it's so bad with Tennessee that they have surpassed Auburn on my hate list.
Because your location.
Because my location. The other team is Georgia.
That's right. Y'all keep bringing it.
And you know why I hate Georgia?
Feed me.
Because I hate. You know why I hate Georgia? Because Georgia is that gnat, that fruit fly. It just won't get away.
Damn.
You know, it's just like you spray and they be just like, get away. You haven't done anything. I'm not scared of you, but why are you still around and still talking? Like, you haven't done nothing.
Georgia has led in the last 12 quarters against Alabama.
How many championships have you won? How many games have you won since 2008?
You breaking down last 12 quarters, 3?
Yeah.
I'm just making.
Hold on, kid. Let me come in here and say this. You have led, but have you won the game?
Hey, it's okay. We got to keep working. We got some things to work on. We're gonna keep chopping wood.
You say that every year, like Tennessee. Y'all always say that. Y'all always say we got something working on. Y'all let Dan Mullen pass you.
Okay.
And Dan Mullen is a terrible coach. Sorry, man. But he's a terrible coach.
Hey, they had 3 weeks off. We was broke up from that game, and we had the mailman playing quarterback. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. For everybody who knows who have ever played a college fraternity, there is a poem called Excuses.
Mm-hmm. I ain't lost a fight since '88, nigga. I got excuses.
Do everybody remember this poem called Excuses?
I got some excuses.
Everybody remember this poem called Excuses?
Hey, three.
You
To
make
be
me wake
fair,
my kids up. You make me wake my kids up. I'm telling you.
Wake your kids up. I don't care.
To be fair, you owe Pat for that line. Every time you use it, you owe Pat for that line.
Hey, shouts out to PT, Pat Granberry. It's a good one. It's a good one. Shouts out to Pat Granberry.
We all got Kirby, dog. Y'all, that was the best chance y'all had. For real, we just switched it up on y'all 2 years in a row.
Let me tell you something.
Kirby Smart ain't nothing but Mark Richt. That's the
Georgia is like
2020 version of Mark Richt.
They did have Alabama.
He said Georgia's like Nate Robinson.
Yes, I said.
They did.
Y'all look good, but y'all don't perform good.
Switch quarterback twice. Tell them again, Ridgel.
No, I ain't tripping on that at all. Like, they had our number. They had Kirby had Hurts figured out.
Yeah, he did.
The tour. And then he had two figured out.
And he switched back to Hurts. Yeah, he did.
But you know what crazy, Jason? You know what crazy? Tua started that next year, right? And guess what happened? Tua got hurt. And guess what happened? They switched to Hurts, right?
And he drunk, man. I'm not having this conversation with him. He drunk. We just had this conversation.
But I will say this.
The truth.
You gonna edit that out, Scott?
I'm telling the truth.
But I will say this. You were talking about how much you hate Tennessee, and then you flashed up to CSU. Y'all new athletic director.
That's different.
Boy, Mickey Allen.
That's different.
Played on that 98
championship.
That's
different. That's the HBCU.
And he's now y'all's athletic director. And he's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all a quick shout out for that real quick.
This episode is sponsored by Guidance Whiskey. So if y'all want to know, he said that this was TSU. He said this was
as a member of Zeta Alpha.
This was TSU in a bottle. This is the realest representation of TSU in the bottle. Because we done lost
about half of this.
I put a dent in it, dog.
Look, I'm doing half of this in this show.
Three. Look, I just sent a picture to my boys. This is about to take a bad turn.
I can't stand LSU,
because you
Florida, Georgia,
Tennessee.
All right, so every track in the show doing the words of wisdom, and since my homeboy Jason is a guest, we're gonna let him give out the last words of wisdom. It can be funny, it can be serious, it can be whatever you want, man. Just give out the words of wisdom, Jason.
Pour a drink.
Words of wisdom. Man, I'll just tell y'all this, bro. That I heard a saying that said, if you want to get there fast, go alone. But if you want to get further, go together. And a lot of us have gone our separate ways, like from college, and we've achieved things, right?
Yeah.
But even as achieving those things, you feel a little bit of emptiness because you're by yourself. The fact that y'all have reconnected with each other, searching that more, because we will definitely go further together.
All right. Dilly.
Hey, you know, This is another episode of the Urban Retrospect. Shout out to Guidance Whiskey. Shout out to Jason Ridgel. Shout out to everybody out there listening to us. Love, peace, and what, Scott?
In retrospect, and before we close out, one more.
What?
I want you to follow us on Instagram at The Urban Retrospect. I want you to follow us on Facebook at The Urban Retrospect. If you want us to review your product, go to the urbanretrospect@gmail.com. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, what do? We go to Retrospect 1619.
Up to it. Down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it.
Now drink,
Great.
Thank everybody. We love y'all. 2021 will bring in better shit, I hope. Peace out.
I gotta go. Y'all funny now.